In today's video, I'll be taking a walk through a wonderful autumnal woodland with the hope of capturing a couple of new landscape photography compositions. During the video, I'll also be chatting about why this will be my last vlog with the Fuji X-T3. So I hope you enjoy this week's video. So I've got my first composition of the day set up here, looking down this wonderful woodland path off to this distant beech tree. Looks absolutely beautiful. Got this overhanging rhododendron bush on the left hand side and a couple of pine trees, really girthy pine trees on the right. This path that leads the eye through the scene to the trees in the background, and it looks really nice actually. A lot of depth to this image. Quite challenging to expose for though. Currently I'm at a fifth of a second f7.1 because the trees here in the foreground, the shadows are quite dark, but when we get through to the grassy area beyond this path, there's a huge amount of light filtering through the trees there, and exposing for that area of the image is quite difficult. Not an image you really want to expose your bracket for, so I'm trying to do it in one shot. So I'm just protecting those highlights, and I think the histogram looks fairly balanced, so I think we'll be okay. I think what I might do is just crop the left hand side of this image off, probably a 4x5 or something like that, just to keep the eye focused looking down the pathway here. But yeah, fairly simple shot, but I think it's quite a nice one to start the morning off. Fully polarized, f7.1, fifth of a second, ISO 320, just to keep my shutter speed up a little bit because there's a bit of movement in the leaves and I want to freeze as much of that movement as possible. So let's go ahead, grab this one and see if we can find another image this morning. So here we are, cameras on the tripod, all set up for our second composition of the morning, looking down this hillside into this wonderful autumnal scene. But before we get onto the composition, I just wanted to chat a little bit about the Fuji X-T3, a camera that I have used since it first came out for my professional work, weddings, portraits, commercial work, and of course my landscape photography on this channel. And I have thoroughly enjoyed using this camera. It's been an absolute joy to use over that time. It hasn't let me down, it really hasn't. Build quality has been great, nice and compact, lightweight, all of that good stuff. So I would highly recommend this camera to anybody that's looking to get a good quality stills camera, perhaps on the used market. So why am I getting rid of it? Well, my work has tended to shift a little bit towards hybrid shooting, especially when I'm on this channel, you know, creating these YouTube videos. It's more videos actually than photography, so having a hybrid setup is better. Obviously my clients now want video and photos. Pretty much all of them this year have wanted both. So moving to a more hybrid centric camera is a must for me going into 2023. So that's the reason I'm moving. We're going to be talking a bit about the new camera in next week's video. So if you're interested to see what I'm going for, please check out next week's video. We'll be out shooting some landscapes once again and we'll talk a bit about that. But yeah, in terms of the X-T3 though, yeah, I can't recommend it highly enough, and you can pick these up pretty cheap now on the used market. So I'm not getting rid of the X-T3, by the way. I'm keeping it. It's going to be more of a backup option for me going forward in my bag. It's going to be coming with me on all of my shoots that I do professionally. It's going to be a backup option, and I'm going to be using it for when I go out and shoot families and that type of thing, where I just want a stills camera, you know, if I'm out and about walking, I'm just taking photos, then I'll take it nice, lightweight, compact, weather sealed, all of that good stuff. So yeah, I'm not getting rid of it. just retiring it from my main camera. Anyway, this composition, let's talk about this. The sun's come out now, as you can probably tell by the light on my face, and obviously when you're in the woodland and the sun is out, it becomes a little bit more trickier to, you know, compose an image. You've got to watch your specular highlights, you've got to, you know, watch you don't get deep dark shadows, and the contrast is then increased, which is why I'm using a polarizer. That helps to control the contrast just a little bit. But this scene I'm shooting down the hill, so there's no sky in it, which is great, which is something I'd always advise, especially when it becomes bright and conditions are a lot brighter during the middle part of the day. We're approaching midday now. So in terms of the lighting on this scene, actually it's coming from the right hand side through the scene, so I've not got it directly behind me, which is quite nice. I've got some side lighting. Composing this image has been a little bit tricky because there's a lot going on, and obviously the brighter the conditions are, the more contrast there is, the more cluttered and chaotic the scene can look. So I've really tried to simplify it by just you know, honing in on my subject. Right in front of us we've got this wonderful stump. It's a beech stump, and it's got some wonderful fungi on there, which is my focal point of the image. It's really what attracted me to this scene in the first place. It's, you know, it's just these fungi, one on the left, one on the right, and one in the centre, and the old bark there is all crumbling and tarnished and weathered. It's quite interesting. But beyond that, we've got some lovely autumnal colours, and these beech trees around here are absolutely beautiful. Beech are one of the first trees to get their yellow colours in autumn, so this is a great spot actually to be able to come up and shoot. I might just bring the sides of the image in a little bit with a crop, just to eradicate any, you know, distractions on the edges, to really focus through the centre of the frame down to these wonderful yellow colours that we've got here. So yeah, really nice. So I think could make an interesting shot. So I think it's time for me to take this image now. I'm focused on the tree with the fungi on there, and continuing my theme of f7.1 from the previous image, I'm now at 20th of a second ISO 320. It's a lot windier here up on top of this hill, and that obviously means the foliage is moving around. And I do want to show just a little bit of movement, but not too much. Sometimes a bit of movement in the background can help soften things actually and reduce contrast, which sometimes can be quite helpful. So let's go ahead, grab this one now, focusing on that tree. 2-second timer is on. There's a nice light coming through. Yeah, interesting. So even though today hasn't been, you know, atmospheric or misty or foggy, there's no reason why you can't get out in the woodland and enjoy your photography. Limiting yourself to only going out when it's foggy or misty, it really does limit your chances of getting woodland photography images. I love being out in the woodland, whatever the conditions. Doesn't matter if it's a bright day, a windy day like today, or a bit of a mixture of both. It's just a pleasure to be out. So I think my last misty morning would have been back in spring, you know, so limiting your photography to those small windows of opportunity really does limit, you know, the images you're able to take. So on a day like today where it's blustery, you know, you can focus on maybe capturing some movement in the leaves, or if it's raining, you know, focus on the rain, the conditions, the foliage, the drooping leaves. You know, there's so much to shoot in the woodland. Don't just limit yourself to those foggy mornings. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to hit the thumbs up, drop us a comment. I'd love to know your thoughts on the Fuji X-T3, and check out next week's video as well, where I'll be taking a look at my brand new camera. And also, if you would like to support the channel, please do consider checking out the Photographers Clubhouse, where we learn, share and inspire one another to create amazing landscape photos. Anyway guys, until next week, take care and I'll see you soon.